Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warship Wednesday video with me, Commander Wolfman. So guys, USS Boston and USS Curry Truck are coming along nicely, as you well know. And I thought to myself the other day, right, I kind of want to get started on the next of the two 1/500 scale model missile cruisers to go with obviously USS Boston. So obviously I better give you guys a quick bit of news before I unbox this video. I actually have got all of the ships I have been wanting to acquire for the next couple of projects we want to show off to you guys. Do not worry, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, the World War II stuff has not disappeared completely. As a matter of fact, I have got something I can tell you now just before we get into this. HMS Dreadnought is going to be turning up once I've done with Chicago here. So yeah, once Chicago and Boston and Curry Truck are done, then I'm going to leave the modernish warships aside for a bit, and then we'll do HMS Dreadnought, and then we'll start on the other two ships, which will be the Virginia and USS Long Beach. But more on those a bit later on down the line, guys. Just thought I'd give you guys a bit of information so you know what's going on there. So despite the box's name, she is not a battleship. I'm not sure what Monogram are thinking when they were doing the build, when they were doing the manufacture of this model kit. But believe me, guys, and I'm pretty sure most of you already know this, just USS Chicago was not a battleship in any way, shape or form. I don't think even her predecessors were battleships. I think the Chicago before this one was a Northampton class heavy cruiser. And then the Chicago before that, I think she was an armoured or a protected armoured cruiser of some sort. I actually am not too sure, but the USS Chicago has never been a battleship. I just find it rather amusing. So there is a bit of a story to this one. So Chicago, I didn't realise actually existed as a model kit whatsoever. She actually is the second of the Albany class missile guided cruisers. USS Albany leading the way with Chicago, and then the third one that came with her. And yeah, basically I did take a fancy to these ships, even though their superstructure looks rather interesting. But when you look into the reasons why that superstructure is like it is, it's because of all the missile systems and radar systems and, well, all those other bits and pieces. Chicago was actually a Baltimore class heavy cruiser. As you guys can see, she's got the similar hull design to a Baltimore class. So we'll dig into more of the history once we've done the build on this thing, and we'll go from there. So yeah, Monogram model kit, 1/500 scale, just like USS Baltimore is, just like USS Boston is with the other model that we're building right now. So let's crack the box open and see what we've got inside. Ironically, I'm going to do this one-handed because everything is actually loose in the box. Right, so let's see what we got here. It's a very basic model kit. Just so you guys understand this is actually the first time I've actually cracked the box open. I nearly cut the tape on both sides so I could obviously access it easier for this recording. So this is the first time I've actually seen the model kit myself in person. And I have to say, for an older kit, that's rather impressive. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like the... Oh look, there's actually detail work on that. I can see all the plating. That's really, really nice. And I wonder, yeah, she's got all 4 torpedoes. She's got all 4 of her propeller outputs there. So just like a Baltimore class, she'd have all 4 propellers. We'll see that's a hole for the stand. And then she's got this... I wonder if that's a sonar dome. That's kind of impressive. I didn't think sonar domes like that existed just yet. Then again, I don't know too much about sonar other than it did really take off in World War II. And obviously it was a good thing against submarines. That's the thing I do know about it. So, yeah, that's quite impressive. It's quite modern. It's very modern for the time. And this is the superstructure and the stand. That's quite a sturdy little bit of plastic there. So it's not... flimsy. I suspect that'll fit nice and perfectly and it won't move very far. Very unique stand. I don't get them like that anymore. So it gives you guys an idea in the age. I'm just going to try and lean this here so we can get a good look at various components. So obviously that's the superstructure there, or part of it. And from what I can tell, it's got lots of lovely detail on it. I'm going to have to look at how old this model kit is. But that is nice. That is really, really nice. When I start painting this one up, which I've already got an idea for colours, I'm going to keep her uniform to how USS Boston looks, so I'm going to use the same grey on her. But I think definitely dark sea grey for the main deck. Yeah, she's got it really good when I get this one going. Not sure what the rest of these components are here, so I'm going to flip it over so we can see. Are those the radars? Couple of lifeboats. Yeah, these are the radar systems, aren't they? Missile guiding systems and all the radar equipment, all those bits and pieces. There's no flash. I'm very impressed that there's no flash on half these parts at the moment, but I won't get my hopes up because I know these older kits definitely will. Well, should have some flash somewhere along the lines. I do apologise for the camera, guys. Again, I can't focus too well. But yeah, I can see the propellers there, propeller shafts. Well, not propellers, I can see the propeller shafts though, definitely. Let's do one more flip so we can see. Yeah, that's all the radar equipment, definitely all the radar equipment and bits there. And obviously the propeller shaft, so yeah, that's nice. Got the plans, we'll look at those in a few. I've got a sprue over here on its own, or looks like it's been snapped off. Not quite sure. Brackets of some sort. That looks like a piece of deck. That's the other two propeller shafts there. And this is looks like the last of the sprues. Keep that nice and steady. There we are. So we've got a helicopter, we have got the propellers, we have got superstructure parts, as you can see all sitting nice and clean looking, very sleek. And then we got, looks like parts of the iconic superstructure there. I can't see any bridge details on it, not just yet. Maybe the camera's full. Actually no, I can just see. Yeah, there are windows there. You guys can't see it too, and I do apologise for this, but there are windows embedded into that. So painting those is going to be a bit easy. Our superstructure, one of the two masts, other components, and there's the missiles in question with the launchers sitting there. And I can see some flash on those, but nothing to really moan about. Not at all. For an older kit, this has been well preserved. Even the decal sheet, look at that. Ah, and I can see some little squares there for possibly the windows themselves. And it says printed in W Germany, West Germany I'm going to guess, so yeah, that's quite old. Wow, that is really, I'm really impressed with that. So I better give you guys the story of how I got my hands on this model kit, because again, never knew she existed, and well, quite frankly, I was a bit surprised to even find one at all anywhere, let alone eBay. So obviously, as you guys know, I'm interested in building some US missile guided warships, and I'm trying to get some of them. Well, I say try and get some of them. I've got some of them in their various stages of evolution, if you like. And obviously the Albany class is, I do believe, the first of the all missile guided concept of warships. So there's no guns on the Albanys whatsoever. They were all guided missiles. And then from there on it kind of took off, I think. But don't quote me that, guys, I could be wrong. I've got to do some more look into history as it is. So in the meantime, let's have a good look at the plans. Very basic stuff, which is good. I do like something that's basic and clear. So that's one of the radar systems with that bit of decking there. Back part of the superstructure, possibly a missile launcher. More superstructure. The big parts of the superstructure with radars, antennas, and all those other bits and pieces attached. Oh, excuse me, attached to the main deck. Here's a missile system. That's cool. And obviously the other two radar systems here, the missile components there. And up on this plan. Ah, right. Oh, I see. So those brackets are actually there for if you want to rotate the things all together. Well, I'm not really going to be focusing too much on that, as you guys know, but well, I'll get Chicago looking like as if she's firing the missiles at something in the sky. Don't want to make it looking like too static, obviously. And we've got the superstructure there. I think one of my first parts, if when I want to when I start building this, is those bits going to have to be attached first, so I can get the deck and all that nice and cleaned and painted up. So I will do those two bits first. And then obviously I can paint up the hull separately, which is good. That means I haven't got to worry about covering things with tape. I can really work. Yeah, this model will go together very, very quickly once I've got things painted up and going on her. Looks like she's going to be quite... It's just an impressive looking kit. And there she is in all her splendour, basically. Well, say that all her splendour, sitting on a stand there. That's a very nice detailed plan. And it shows you where all the decals goes as well, so you don't have to worry about where the decals are. That's very, very clear. Does this tell me the age when this model came out? I am very curious. You're kidding me. 1993? There's no way this came out in 1993. Printed in W, Germany. Okay, I'm definitely going to do some research. Unless you guys know a bit more about this than I do, which I'm guarantee somebody will out there. But there's no way this model came out in 1993. I mean... It's just the way it's been designed in that. It's compared to some of the other model companies out there at the time. This is really, it's very, very modernised. I mean, it could be 1993. I could be wrong, but I guess we'll get back to you on that one, guys. Anyway, so that pretty much concludes the unboxing for USS Chicago. Yeah, like I said before, guys, do not get confused with the word battleship. As I mentioned before, she is not a battleship. She's a cruiser, most definite. And, well, my plan is to start on her when I get a chance to. And maybe not next week, because I'll have some updates for you with Boston and Curry Truck. So we'll do an update on them first, and then obviously I'll show you guys some progress on the Chicago after that. So, yeah, we'll go from there, really, guys. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. I know I definitely have, guys. Did not expect anything like I got out of the box today. I was expecting a very rough-looking kit. But no, she's looking really, really promising. Very, very good looking model kit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend. Look after yourselves out there and take care. Ta-ta for now.